Welcome to the Hayhurst Brothers Podcast with your host, Paul Risse.
And I just pressed record.
You don't have to clap.
Oh, okay. So, welcome to the first ever Hayhurst Brothers Podcast and YouTube series. I'm here with
Jake Hayhurst.
Jake Hayhurst.
Jake Hayhurst.
Oh.
You know, funny thing is, a lot of people think my name is Jay because it goes right into Jake Hayhurst.
Okay, so Jake Hayhurst is the owner of Hayhurst Brothers along with Daniel, and I do the public relations, I do sales, and I'm over this Weatherford shop here, and...
You do a good job too, Paul.
Well,
you're very good at what you do, and that's people. Paul is phenomenal with people. I mean, that's the gift God gave you.
Well, thank you very much. So what we're going to do with this podcast is we're going to be answering your questions. So on Instagram, I just did a story yesterday, and I said, hey, do you have any questions about any part of our process, our brand, building? Ask away. And so we have some questions we're going to be answering today. But moving forward, we'll be bringing on people that are real estate agents, mortgage people, title people, clients that we've built homes for. Yikes. They're going to be honest.
That's a good thing, Paul.
I know, but usually that means yikes. For us, that means yes. But yeah, this is a new way that we're kind of getting information out and trying this. So, Jake, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Hayhurst Brothers and how it came to be and kind of the intention of the company?
All right, yeah. So as Paul mentioned, Daniel and I own Hayhurst Brothers, and we are a home builder here in North Texas. And I have my background in construction science and construction management. And I worked some commercial construction early on, realized that's not what really drives me. I kind of have a little bit more of an artist brain, and so building a box over and over was not something I was interested in. So my wife and I, we moved to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and that's kind of where I got my start building multi-million-dollar homes in Jackson Hole, which was phenomenal. And that's more of what I would say my education was. You can go to school, but until you have real, actual hands-on experience, to me, it's that is education. So we did that for a little while, and then we moved to Australia, and I built homes out there as well for a short time, and then also in Denver, I've done some construction. So really, the fun part is taking ideas and thoughts and the way things get built throughout different parts of the world and different parts of the country and incorporating those into what we're doing here, which we're passionate about building legacy homes for families, really, and putting intentionality behind the efficiencies of the home, not only, the HVAC and the way the windows turn and making sure you're taking into account your sunrise and sunset, the north wind in the wintertime, that south breeze in the summertime, but also the intentionality of the family. So Daniel and I are 2 of 6. So there's 5 boys and 1 girl growing up, and our mom did a phenomenal job of making sure that we came together as a unit. And that center part of the house was always something that was important to her. And looking back, that's what I constitute my closeness with my family. All 6 of us are still very, very close. We're best friends. And I want to figure out ways to impart that into the next generation. And if we can do that in our homes, that's kind of what we're driven to do. And through that, making sure that the home flows well. We don't put a lot of space in our bedrooms. A lot of people want this giant bedroom, but for us, using the space wisely, you're paying per square foot. So putting that square footage into the living parts of the home, the kitchen, the living room, the dining room, and all that nice space where the family gathers is important to make sure that's where the family comes together and kids aren't just going and sitting in their bedroom and watching TV. Hopefully that encourages families to spend time together. And so that's kind of our drive as Hayhurst Brothers, is to build a very efficient, beautiful home that fits well with the environment, but has a uniqueness factor to it as opposed to the same house that you're seeing over and over and over throughout North Texas. And so, we're excited to be here. We're excited to do what we do. We love doing what we do, and it's a fun time.
Yeah, and so I've known the guys for about 15 years now, and I'll say this from the bottom of my heart, they have some of the most beautiful homes you will ever see in your life.
Thank you, Paul.
And I truly believe that they'll be famous for their homes in the next 10 to 15 years, just kind of like a Frank Lloyd Wright or something like that. Just they stand out so much, and they're built so well, and for anyone who doesn't know me, if I didn't mean what I'm saying right now, I'm not trying to fluff up Jake. He doesn't need more fluffing. But I like truly believe that the homes are that good. And I live in one, and we love it. And
your house is really cool, Paul.
Well, thank you.
Paul he called it the Tower House. So Paul came to us and said, hey, I kind of live on this bluff, and I want to see the sunrise and the sunset. And in order to get there, we had to build a 2-story house, but he still wanted a rooftop deck. So we built him a tower house, right,
yep.
Paul? So
tower
we built
house.
him a 2-story home with a rooftop deck. And if you ever find yourself out there at sunrise or sunset, you won't be sorry. It's a phenomenal place.
It's a good house, and I love it. I called it the Watchtower House originally, then a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses started showing up. I had to change the name, you know. So what we're going to do today, Jake, is I asked some questions and said, hey, anything you want to know about the home building process, let us know. So we're going to answer some questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Building a home is a big deal, Paul. You know, it's probably the biggest investment that most people are ever going to make. So
it's a very, very big deal.
I'm excited about these questions.
Okay. So the first one is from the.lane.luis. And she is a real estate agent that we've worked with before, and very professional. She's amazing. But the first question is, how custom can clients get? Jake, take the reins.
Looks like she even has the googly eyes. How
little
custom
eye
can they
emoji.
get? You know, that's a good question. A lot of builders, when you say custom, they don't necessarily want to do super custom, because when you get custom, it elongates the timeline. But for us, we want people to have exactly what they want. So we have kind of 3 different phases. We have the Simple Life series, we have our portfolio, and then we have custom. So people can get as custom as they'd like to get, because we are a design build firm. So we take everything from the property to the finished product. So we're designing the homes, we're doing our own house plans. And so if someone comes to us and they say, hey, you know, I want a 10,000 square foot house out on the lake, but I don't want it to be something that anyone else has. And here's what I want 7 bedrooms, I want en suites, all these different things. We can take all those things and build them something extraordinary. It's not going to be quick, but we can do that. So, I mean, I guess the answer to that question is sky's the limit.
Well, the sky in your pocketbook. To be perfectly frank. So our customs are going to be the most expensive way that we build, just because everything's from scratch. But our portfolios are amazing, and you can modify those to your needs as well. Next question. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready, Paul.
All right. What is the average timeline for your Simple Life series homes to be built?
Simple Life series. So just a quick background. You know, I think people take the term tiny house or simple life is kind of what we transition to. But the Simple Life is a home that we've come up with for first-time home buyers that don't want the Cracker Jack box that has the same house, one right after another, that is quality built, but smaller. So the St. Joe is 500 square feet, and the Marfa Grande is somewhere around 1,300 square feet. And those homes, they probably take 5 to 6 months. You know, nothing we do is fast, unfortunately. I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, so-and-so can build a house in a couple months, 3 months. But for us, we have a series of checklists. We have a series of daily logs, all these things that we have put into this system to ensure that the product is quality at the end of it. We don't stack our trades on top of each other, and make sure each trade has ample time to do their job and do it with excellence.
Okay. 5 to 6 months is the consolidated answer, but I appreciate
Thank you.
I appreciate the extra information.
You're welcome, Paul.
Next question. What septic systems do y'all install?
Septic system. So the actual soil or dirt on the site is going to dictate the septic system. My preference is a conventional system. And And here's why. Because there's no electricity needed. You don't have sprinkler heads that are going to freeze in the wintertime or that you have to change out or that you have to worry about. But sometimes you do a perk test. So you go out to the property and you do a perk test to find out how well that soil can handle the system. So
Porosity,
thank you, Paul. So conventional is my preference, but a lot of times we do have to put in aerobic systems.
Yep, just depends, site specific. All right.
There's a train, Paul.
You can't stop a train.
Nice.
That's like a saying in the industry, right?
Well, yeah, it's a train HVAC system that says you can't. It's hard to stop a train.
Oh, so it really says that?
Yeah, I think it's hard to stop a train.
I almost got it right. Next question. What areas do you build in?
So our headquarters is in Bridgeport, which is a cool place. We love Bridgeport. And our radius within Bridgeport is an hour. So, and that's drive time. A lot of people are like, well, I'm 60 miles from you, but they're in Fort Worth. Not going to happen based on the fact that our project managers, once you get into the belly of the beast there in Fort Worth, it can take 2 hours depending on traffic. So the idea is for quality control, we're within an hour's drive time from Bridgeport. And now we've opened, which we're here in Weatherford, we've opened this cool space in Weatherford. And we love this town. In a similar fashion, we're 30 minutes from our office here in Weatherford, just to ensure that we can maintain quality and our trades can get to and from the job without excessive drive time.
Next question. Are you ready, Jake?
Paul. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have more lots for sale and where?
We do have lots for sale. We have lots for sale downtown Bridgeport that are right on Halsell and Stevens. Very cool area. Halsell Street is the main drag there. You know, main drag back in the day, you would drive down Halsell Street, go down to Dairy Queen. You'd turn around and come back down because it's the main drag.
You would like honk at someone. Maybe you say, "Hey, pull over and we'll talk."
Like a friend or a female or.
I mean, maybe it's your friend. Maybe it's a young lady that you
are interested.
You saw at the basketball game or something, and then you're like, "Oh, she's on the drag."
I don't think kids do that anymore.
They don't,
because we actually our office is down there, and I don't see a lot of kids doing that. Which
There's not much dragging these days.
No, not a lot. But anyway, so yeah, Halsell Street is dragging. What does that mean?
Like whenever you go around the drag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Halsell Street is very cool. There's awesome new restaurants. There's several nice bars. There's a wine bar. There's cool boutiques. We have a little space called, what was it you were going to say, Paul?
The Homesteader. I was going to give a shout out. So we did a collaboration with Eagle Station, the Homesteader. Amazing smoothies, juices. Lunches are absolutely phenomenal. Coffee. Come up there with your family. We do market days. Just a little shout out. Go ahead, Jake.
Nice shout out, Paul.
Thank you.
So yeah, those are in Bridgeport. I think we have 4 lots left. And then we also have lots in Paradise, which is just outside of Bridgeport. And there's 7 lots total. And I think we have 4 left. And they are beautifully wooded with large oak trees. And
Walnut Creek Water, amazing school district. There's a total of 7 Hayhurst Brothers homes will have the ability to be built on these lots. And right now we have 4 lots available that are absolutely stunning.
Yeah, they actually are. So that's I think that answers that question. That's all we have at this moment. But if you have land or a lot or anything in our build range, we would happily look at building a house for you.
Absolutely. So this is our first episode. We're going to kind of keep it short. Each week we're going to get better at this. Jake's energy is coming up. It's good. It's palpable. I can feel it. His laughter needs to be coming in a little bit more, and then some of my voice projections need to get a little bit better, but we're going to get better at this. And
you seem plenty loud, Paul.
That's what I mean.
You said they need to get louder.
No, I said better.
Oh, so you're
like
too loud.
More like like a cadence or rhythm or something. But go to hayhurstbrothers.com, check out our website, and then ask any questions on our social media. We'll answer your questions, and we're going to be bringing on some leaders. So thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
Cut.
Nice, Paul. I was gonna do that.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't have to.
No, we don't.
We did.
We got it.